Hello Pisces, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a bonus video. Let's get into it. Let's get into bonus videos. Let's do it. All right, Pisces, let's go. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. The moon is in Scorpio, or moving into Scorpio. So sending good vibrations your way. Hopefully you all are having going to have a good weekend, or at least planning to have a good weekend. So happy Friday to you. This video is for the 4th through the 11th, and again, this is a bonus video. So you've already seen, if you're regularly scheduled, if you're new to my channel, welcome. But if you're coming back, welcome back. What we used to call Freedom Friday video usually goes up the day before, right? Just depending on what part of the world you're in. But this is a bonus requested video. Let's get into it. So the moon is moving into Scorpio, if it hasn't already moved into Scorpio. As we get closer and closer to first quarter moon, which we're going to have in Capricorn, somebody's really starting to be committed to creating your own rules for your life, your own traditions, your own everything. Like you're believing that you can do it, right? You can create your own rules, traditions, whatever, for your life in this eclipse season, right? So in this eclipse season. So we did have a full moon in your sign, September 17th, and it was on the same day as a partial lunar eclipse. So somebody doing a lot of shadow work, right? A lot of people are doing a lot of shadow work. A lot of things are coming back to you because you desire to have a more blissful life, right? So a lot of things are coming back to you. Who believed in you, who didn't believe in you, who this and that, all of this. So you have to choose light or dark side of yourself, and then the solar eclipse is really about resetting, like hitting a reset button. And it's in Libra, so you're going to also start to remember vain and vengeful spirits around you, or you've encountered in your life. You're going to have to choose. You choose to release it and forgive, or hold on to something and let it control you, So remember, but this is the year of 8. This is the year of wealth, abundance, prosperity. So you're gaining a wealth of water, a wealth of emotions that you could either flush out any blockages, right, that you may have in your system, right, your spiritual system, or you can start clearing up space so that your psychic gifts can become stronger. Let's go. Ace of Swords, the Lover's card, the Tower card, the Strength, the Devil card, the World card, right? Motive. Ace of Swords is about motive. You can either feel like you're having a breakthrough or a breakdown, right? So here's the Lover's card, right? So Lover's card speaks to Gemini. Gemini, you may have Gemini in your birth chart, but we're not talking about any Gemini. But Source is saying to you, there are some energies that they want you to look in the mirror and see that you're just this really dark entity. But what started it? Like what started this energy in wanting you to see yourself the way they see themselves? They see themselves as this really dark spirit, like they see like just demons. They want you to feel that way about yourselves, because that's what they believe. They believe anything negative that's being said about you, Pisces. And so Source is saying to you, what you believe about yourself is what matters, that the Creator put you here on planet Earth for a mission, right? So what you believe about yourself is the most powerful beliefs. So that is why, here's the Ace of Swords here. That is why you're cutting ties with people who are choosing to believe the worst about you, despite them only having limited information. So it's going to cause them to have a tower moment. It's going to cause them to have a tower moment. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's like the people who choose to believe the worst about you. Oh, look at Pisces. Pisces think they're this. They think they're that. Somebody initiated that. Somebody initiated something. Somebody who, jumped to conclusions, says some horrible things about you. And some people have chosen to believe that. somebody that you love. Your head and heart used to be at war with them, but somebody chose to believe that because they see you directly as competition. So whoever sees you directly as competition in your life, it could be quite a few people, because you all have psychic abilities, right? So you probably already know who it is. You probably already know who it is, or who, how many people it is. You probably already know. Okay, so yeah, so somebody has definitely learned how to heal themselves. Excuse me. Somebody has definitely learned how to heal their own spirit matters, right? When it comes to whatever your demons are. So demons would be like operating in the flesh or spirit mind. So your demons could be a demon of gluttony, for instance. It could be something like you just um, um, you know, maybe you love to eat, but like to a point where y'all know what I'm saying. Like it's just excess. It's just in excess of, like a person who just like almost like people are just disgusted, by just like this person, they just can't stop themselves. Or maybe you drink or whatever it is, or like you've learned how to heal your spirit, like yourself. You've learned how to heal. First you got to identify what your demons are. That's first and foremost. But you've learned how to heal them. And so part of learning how to heal those things are staying away from anything that is intentionally trying to put you in wilderness situations, right? So let's say, for instance, the devil is the author of confusion, the tempter, right? So let's try to keep it light. Let's say, for instance, you're tempted by sweets, but it's gotten to a point where your doctor is like, look, I need to put you on medication because this could be real serious. Like this could be, we may need to call some family members in here because you just can't stop eating sweets. It's something psychological going on here. Something else is going on. But then you got people around you who's like, oh, I baked this cake here. Just take a little slices. What does a little tiny bit gonna help hurt? You don't want to be around certain energies at all. Just period, right? So, but you first got to identify it first. You first got to be honest with yourself and say, this is a problem. This is a problem, right? And so there's just too many different types of demons to name. So it's a saying for you. You have created a very firm boundary. You're enforcing a boundary, when it comes to your head and heart possibly being at war with each other. Because I feel like there are some energies who keep trying to the Tower card is total recall, right? It's like they're trying to keep putting you in these wilderness situations, like you're in survival mode. It's like they keep like poking at traumatic situations for you, like PTSD, right? It's like a person who is saying, let's use a lion for example. Let's say, for instance, you go to I saw this movie called what is it called? Savage. It's with Idris. What's his name? Idris Elba, and he takes his daughters to Africa to meet this friend. And the friend lives in like this. I don't even know what to call it, but the friend lives in this remote part of this area where they can literally walk outside and see a pride of lions. Just beautiful. On the screen, on the movie screen, because I wouldn't be out there. Forget all of that. Like, I don't even know how people can go on safaris and not have their windows and stuff rolled up. They just windows rolled down. Everybody's like, oh my God, look at the lion. I watch it on television. But anyway, so Source is saying to you, but what if all heck breaks loose? And that's traumatic. Like, let's say, for instance, that, you're on some kind of a safari or something and you're all excited. It's like, okay, well, what could go wrong? Like, what, you got 10 people on a safari, everybody's on a Jeep, this person who the guide, they're, you know, they're so there's a level of trust there, is what I'm saying. There's a level of trust, right? And something goes wrong, but somebody keeps trying to put you in these survival mode, even after you've told them, hey, listen, I went on this safari ride. I don't know what got into this lion. Okay, maybe it was just being a lion. Maybe it was just, you know, what? Maybe it was just, you know, I don't know what got into this, you know, situation. But so you say, hey, listen, I'm not going on no more safari. Matter of fact, I ain't even watching it anymore. I've seen all the videos that say make yourself look big when you're around these apex predators. Stand up taller. Don't try to climb a tree. Don't run. They're going to see you as, you know, they're going to hunt you down. Don't do this. Don't do that. All that stuff go out the window. So Source is saying to you, it can be a difference between a breakthrough and a breakdown depending on you enforcing your boundaries. And this is you enforcing your boundaries. So when people keep trying to bring stuff to you that for you felt like it was putting you in a survival mode situation, Source said you have a choice. You have a choice. Where are you gonna put your energy? Where are you gonna put your energy? Where are you gonna put your energy? Are you gonna go to war and just like let something come back up in your mind and cause you to just be in fight mode, where Source is saying, or are you gonna be a prayer warrior? Are you gonna be a warrior? Like you ready, you so fighting mad, you getting ready to go back into a wilderness situation, and I'm getting ready to go windmill this lion in the jungle. Or you're gonna say, I'm getting ready to go into prayer warrior mode. I'm gonna let Source fight my battles and remain meek. That seems like a weakness for some people, right? But it's not. Source is saying that's going to be the difference between a breakthrough and a breakdown. That's going to be the difference between a breakthrough and a breakdown, because your psychic abilities are alerting you to some things that could make you fighting mad. The Source is like, you are a prayer warrior. That's why you're having this right here. And watch how it's going to be just deeply disappointing, heartbreaking for somebody. Here's the Three of Swords here. That level of grief and deep disappointment and heartbreak could cause somebody's mind to break into pieces. But Source is saying to you, but the reason why you're going to get some rest is because you know your prayers are already answered, right? And you're staying away from any environment that you feel like would put you in survival mode. Because what good are you in a situation where it's making all the hard work you put into healing yourself. This is self-healing right here. It's healing your spirit. If it takes you back to square one. I don't know. Instant gratification. I don't know. This Tower card is impulsive. Other people have jumped to conclusions, and so Source is saying because of them jumping to conclusions, it may have put loved ones in some kind of a dangerous situation that could have disrupted your rest and disrupted your peace, and if something could have come through the air, right? Here we have the Four of Cups here, right? And so for you, you're just kind of sort of over something. Something you're saying you're just over it. You're just absolutely over something. That's why I feel like you're gonna initiate closing out a cycle, but you're gonna close it out in love, because somebody is just sick and tired of you being an overgiver, having a good heart, and people wanting to just believe that, you know, just that you are the devil. Like for real, like you are just the devil incarnate. People just want to believe the worst about you. And so Source is saying to you, somebody lied about something. Somebody lied about something because they felt like they were being pressured, their back was against the wall. They felt like they lied about something. Here we have it. You're going to feel very fortunate You're going to feel very fortunate that, whoa, yeah, you're going to feel very fortunate. Somebody is dealing with an energy that is, who may be dealing with some kind of trauma themselves. And in another way, kind of trauma themselves. Like maybe they were put in survival mode in the military, or put in survival mode in on a job in the workplace, or put in survival mode in their family. Something happened where somebody maybe, didn't have enough food to eat, or and saw you as competition, or maybe they saw, they feel like they're smarter than you are, and how are you, operating in purpose. You never know. And people trying to disrupt that, judging, competing, comparing, creating issues and problems. You're divinely protected, just so you know, but it's something is causing an upheaval now. Something is causing an upheaval, right? Here we have, as you are trying to wake up from your own nightmare, someone is trying to add more to your nightmares. Somebody is trying to add more to your nightmares, trying to create more chaos and confusion in your life. Here we have the King of Pentacles here. So again, Source is saying when you're dealing with energies who, whoever these energies are, who feel like they're not smart enough, they feel like they're powerless in situations because they're in a wilderness situation themselves, and they feel like, their back is against the wall, and somebody thinks that you have all of this money. This is the King of Pentacles, when you could be rich in knowledge. You could be rich in book knowledge. Doesn't mean that you have to have letters before or after your name. You can be just wealthy in knowledge of things, right? Somebody's gonna feel like their back was against the wall and put you in a wilderness situation. Two of Wands here. So you're leaving some energies behind permanently. Yeah, Two of Wands. Yeah. Possibly fire energies, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Energies that were like, like I said, try to put you in a survival mode situation after some lies. So Source is saying to you, you have a wealth of knowledge about how, like I said, I see you moving on. I see you putting, the number two symbolizes peace, right? In numerology, we talk about the number 2. It symbolizes peace. But the challenging side, number 2 people are psychic, so they may keep it to themselves. They're extremely sensitive to other people's feelings, sensing them instantly. And so they're very concerned for their close loved ones' well-being. So something about your psychic abilities have already picked up on possibly loved ones being in survival mode, Pisces. But it's also reminding you of loved ones could be people that you were once, in a partnership in business and or in love, and how people are seeing them as just like this dark entity. It's almost like people are like too proud to say that they have demons. You know what I'm saying? Like people who are like, dogmatic and prideful, right? They see the darkness in everybody else, but they don't want to see with the darkness in themselves. So if they have an eating problem, or they have, they've been traumatized by something. You could be traumatized by watching a car accident and just seeing a car accident and be like, you know what, you're not riding in the car anymore. You can forget it. I don't want to ride in the car anymore. Nope. Or seeing a particular color. I think it was a singer who said that they never wanted to ride in a particular color limousine because it just reminds them of that same type of a limousine carrying a loved one, at a funeral. So it's just saying, you don't know what traumatizes people. When people keep trying to bring you back into traumatic situations for themselves, they're letting you know they want you to keep reliving. They don't care about you reliving a nightmare over and over and over again. So I feel like for you, you're saying to yourself, you're cutting ties. Something is the end of something. They're going to have to deal with waking up from their own nightmares. They're going to have to deal with, because you work too hard to heal yourself. And you're drinking from your own cup of compassion, but you're showing compassion for everybody around. Yeah, because somebody created a mess. Here we have the Ten of Swords here. And this is what you can relate to. How people will see you at your lowest point and won't do anything to help you. They'll keep sticking swords in your back, keep talking about you behind your back. That's what you have in common with somebody. That is what you have in common with somebody. So you know how that feels. It's like, okay, all of this hurt. How come y'all spend all this time talking about somebody, but y'all won't help somebody? So that's what you relate to. That's what this is. You have a big heart. You love deep and you love hard. But that's what you connect with. That's what heart chakra: connection, equanimity, forgiveness, love, all of those things. That's what you connect with. It's just like, how can people say they love people, but they all just stand around talking negatively about people making a situation worse and won't help? They're actually making it worse. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing here, your cards. Yep, because they're masking something else. Here's the Two of Pentacles. There's two types of energies that's masking something else. They're masking something else. They're masking their demons, their darkness, what is going on with them, right? So here's the Two of Pentacles here. Yep, and so the more and more you're having these downloads in your dreams, the more you're waking up to, like for you all to be ruled by Neptune and also Jupiter. You're almost thinking that you're delusional. Like, okay, this can't be real. Something you're waking up to, Pisces. You're saying something cannot be. If something just doesn't even make sense to you. Like how people can know that somebody is so deeply depressed and hurt and won't help them, but they'll actually add to their pain. That right there can give you a nervous breakdown. So you're trying to empty yourselves out. This is Neptune right here. This is the Hanged One. Somebody is trying to empty themselves out of just that level of anger and pain. Of somebody that just being able to relate to something. Just being able to relate to something. You know what I'm saying? It's like going into a workplace and confiding in a colleague that you're going through, like, difficulties. You're depressed because you lost loved ones, or your neighbors have been just doing all kinds of stuff, and it's just like they literally going out of their way to make your life a living HE double hockey sticks. They're doing everything they can possibly do to hurt you, right? You're just like, these people know the pain you've gone through, and they're still trying to make life worse, trying to put you through more trauma. Like they want you to have a nervous breakdown. Misery loves company. Source is saying, yep, you're moving on from something. Yep, it's something you just decide you're moving on from it. And so remember, there's energy. So it's people, places, or things. It could be a place that you're moving on from, people you're moving on from, or whatever. But you're moving on from some things permanently. So all right, so yeah. Back is against the wall, and some people try to make something worse. Here we have the Seven of but the scales have been removed from your eyes. Yep. So that's why you're moving on from something permanently. You're not even looking back. Here's the Seven of Wands here. Yep. Moving on from something. Not looking back. So here we have, I see you being victorious, back on stage again, back on center stage again. Like I said, 7 and 2 is 9. 9 is like something didn't produce a whole lot of, you loving somebody, having the right heart towards somebody didn't produce a whole lot of results. It's like you almost feel like, okay, love wins, but there has to be a balance. And so starting out this cycle in the moon in Libra and a solar eclipse, that's a reset button of your heart. Like, okay, you may have been carrying this over-giving heart into something, but some people will really, really try to make, something is just reminding you of how there's some energies who you may have loved the most, like your mom or your dad, you know, or whoever, loved ones, right? And how they can hurt people, So, Two of Wands here. So somebody's gonna be taking a trip, just traveling. So Two of Wands. Yeah, certain energies you just don't want to be anywhere near them. There's certain energies, like I said, don't want to be just miserable. Misery loves company. You don't even want to be anywhere near them. And that is how certain people move away from their own families. They don't want to be bothered. It just even being in a space will trigger too much trauma for some people. It just triggers just way too much trauma. It's you versus you, but somebody's not happy without you. It's time to expand your brand. Their demon, yeah, like I said, demon is a demon of lust. Keep moving forward. The angel of prophecy and wisdom is with you. Somebody's in a crisis right now. Create the change that you want. It's time to open up your vault door, and it's time for you to heal your wounded self. That could be your whatever. You need your time of birth to find out what your Chiron is, and which is Chiron is currently retrograde. But yeah, you're dealing with a changeling spirit. They could be smiling in your face, and this is what's happening now. This is in your minor arcana. This is not somebody long time ago. We're talking about this is happening right now. Somebody who's could be smiling in your face and telling you that they love you, but behind their back they stabbing you in the back and letting other people just say the worst possible things about you. This is happening right now. But your laughter is medicine, and healed people just move differently. But you will be cutting some people off permanently and doing the mirror work. Yep, they miss you. But yeah, here we have, yep. Somebody was definitely trying to dim your light. Definitely trying to dim your light. This is what's happening. Minor arcana is like what's happening now. The major was like the overarching thing. Like, where did all this come from? What's the overarching story of all this? What's the bigger picture of all of this, right? Again, people being too prideful and too arrogant to recognize that they too have, like, everybody has demons. Everybody has something that you feel like there's a temptation that takes you to a different level, so you can't just eat one little tiny cookie out the bag if you're addicted to sweets. Next thing you know, your knuckles are touching the bottom of the bag and you got crumbs on your knuckles and you licking your knuckles like, oh man, this is the best. These are the best cookies I ever had in my life. Or it could be drinking for some people. It could be a whole lot of things for some people. Somebody just didn't want to believe. In this case, it's their lust. So, yeah. So Source is just saying to you, you're closing out a cycle. You're moving on. Yeah, you're just closing out a cycle and moving on. Like I said, misery loves company. People around, so extraordinary. So there's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. That deserves to be honored. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, because some energies are in a crisis. Some energies are in a crisis. So, like I said, you're divinely protected. You're divinely protected. Start praying for people while you're on a plane going on a trip. Ascension. Yeah, go to the next level, into a higher frequency. So on a cruise, somebody could be going on a cruise. I don't know. Because I'm seeing a large body of water here. Somebody could be going on a cruise. Something you're doing that you're just moving on from. But I am in tune with the universe. Yeah. Your psychic abilities have increased. Your psychic abilities have increased. Yeah, but somebody who saw you as direct competition. Some energies that saw you as direct competition. Chose to believe something about you, jump to conclusions, try to put you in a wilderness situation. If they couldn't put you in one directly as somebody that you love, they put in a wilderness situation. And so, like I said, breakthrough is coming. So you'll find out everything that's going on, but a lot of it has to do with the environment that people are in. But source is saying you're continuing to move forward. Affirmations for health. Today is a day of completion. All negative circumstances end in my highest good. I allow my mind to move I allow my mind to think growth-oriented thoughts. My body now vibrates in total energy and light. I am alive and well. I'm alive and well. Yeah. So yeah, there were some energies that were definitely trying to trigger some kind of trauma for you, because they were triggered by some kind of traumatic situation in their life. And so trying to, like I said, misery loves company, trying to drag you into some mess. And so saying you're gonna have to learn how to enforce boundaries and just close people out. Like, okay, it's time to close something out. It's something else that's going on. So that is what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a cycle where people can choose to use this burst of energy to, speaking of like initiating, like creating some kind of going back to school, increasing their knowledge and wisdom of self. You know, this is where you got the King of Pentacles. Since you're a wealth of knowledge about hurt, you can increase the wealth of knowledge about good things and helping somebody so that they don't have to be put in wilderness situations themselves. So something is going to happen which is going to really spark an interest for you to say, with your psychic abilities, it's going to make somebody very wealthy and have a healthy work-life balance. Because you're already wealthy in knowledge about pain. So now it's time to become wealthy in knowledge about healing, and put those two together. You're helping people to not, when they look in the mirror, all they see is just their demons. So that's what I see for somebody. So maybe time to get to work. Get to work on whatever your mission here in life. But Source is actually saying you're going to feel very fortunate that, you know, some unexpected changes are happening, but you're going to feel very, very fortunate here. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.